Greetings, children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updated videos. The following video is for class 5, subject E.V.S. Environmental Studies, lesson 7, water, part 1. Now, previous lesson we have finished, right? The lesson air. Now we are going to learn about the lesson water. To begin with, how important is water in your life, children? In your life or in my life, how important it is? It is very, very important, isn't it? We use it in our daily life every day, every time. We cannot go a day without drinking water. We'll start feeling thirsty and it becomes very difficult. So the water is very, very important to us. Not only us, the plants also require water. Water is very essential for the life of plants and animals. Where there is water, there is life. There is a saying, where there is water, there is a life. That means water is the main source of our life. It is very, very important. People live in the places where there are more water. Okay, because we need water to clean ourselves, to clean the food that we eat. For every other thing in our life, we do need water. So crops cannot be grown without water. We need water to grow the crops, isn't it? Any kind of crops, either it is seasonal or the yearly, annual, whatever types of crops we are growing, we need water to grow the crops. Why do we need crops? Crops are the main source of our food. Why do we need food? We need food for giving us energy. Water is the basic need for all plants, animals, everybody. It is the basic need of life. There are many uses of water, so water is very important resource. Okay, water is also called as life liquid. Life liquid means it is in the liquid form, so it is called life liquid because our life revolves around the water itself. 71% of Earth's surface is covered by water. If you see a globe or if you see the earth from the outer space, it looks blue, majorly blue color, because it is covered, 71% of the earth's surface is covered by water. Understood? Then we are going to learn what are the different sources of water. You know what are the different sources of water. We will learn little bit in detail. Now the very main the different sources of water are rain, river, springs, well, ponds and reservoirs. Rain, river, springs, wells, ponds and reservoir. Let's begin with rain. Rain is the main source of water for us, right? In our Indian agriculture, the crops that are grown in India are also majorly dependent on the rain itself. If there is no proper rain in the year, the next year we don't get good crops, or the crop price will start increasing because there was no good rain. That way our life is very, very dependent on the rain, and it is the main source of water. Then the second source of water is oceans. Oceans are the biggest source of water on the earth, but the water is salty. The oceans have water. They have all the major, the biggest source of water on earth is oceans only, but they have salted water, and to convert that salted water into sweet water is little bit difficult. Okay, it takes a lot of energy and it is a little expensive. So we are still not converting in India. I mean, we are still not converting this salt water into uh, sweet water. Okay, sweet water means the water that we can use. Okay, then here look at this globe. This model of the earth is called globe. Blue color indicates the portion of the earth covered by water. As I told you, even if you see the earth from the sky or from the space, when you see the earth, it all looks blue color itself because of the water that is present on the earth. Blue color indicates the portion of the earth covered by the water. It is 71% of the whole earth is covered by water, right? Then the next source of water are the rivers. Rivers are the fresh water bodies. Okay, they don't have salt water, they have fresh water. Usually these rivers are um, rain fed or snow fed. Okay, now the difference between rain fed snow waters and rivers and snow fed rivers are, in summer the snow melts down. Here I'll show you the picture. This is the picture of the rains as the source for the river. Now all that it rains gets collected into small streams and runs into the river. Okay, so it becomes these, all these small streams join together to become a big river. So rain is one of the source. Again, here also rain becomes the source for the water of the river. The only difference is the river keeps flowing and it has fresh water. It does not have any salted water. And melted snow from the mountain reaches the river during summer. In summer, in northern regions, what happens? These snow which are collected in the winter season starts melting down. Now if the snow melts, what does it become? It becomes water. Now that water feeds the rivers. Okay, so these are the snow fed rivers, that are the rain fed rivers and snow fed rivers. These are the two different types of rivers. Understood? And these are the different sources of the rivers are they give life. Wherever they flow, there is lot of plant growth. The human beings reside near the rivers only. The animals also live next to the rivers only. Okay, which gives them the life support, which again tells us that the water is a life liquid. Then all rivers flow in a definite route and finally reaches the ocean. Here you can see the picture. The water is going into the oceans. No matter how much fresh water from the river flows into the oceans, it again becomes the salted water. Now this conversion of the salt water from the ocean into the fresh water is done usually by natural process called the water cycle. You all know water cycle: evaporation, condensation and precipitation. These are the precipitation and accumulation. Because of all these four processes only, the water cycle keeps running, right? We get rain because of the evaporation. Now that's another thing to discuss. Let's continue with the lesson. All the rivers flow in their definite route and finally reach the ocean. All the rivers, they do go and meet the oceans, because that much of water cannot be stored in the land for a very long time. We can store it, but not for a very long time. How much ever we need, we can store it, but after it becomes excess, we have to let the water go, and finally it goes into the oceans only. Understood? Next is the springs. Now springs means water that is stored under the earth's crust and comes out due to the pressure through um, through an opening is called spring. Now the water, as the rain falls, no, what happens? All the water sinks under the ground. Now even the, if the ground water increases, the level of the groundwater increases, what happens? These water oozes out to the, out of the ground. So that when it comes out of the ground, it is called springs. Here this is also a picture that can show you spring. Rainwater which enters the earth through its loose portions will be collected as underground water, and this comes out in the form of a spring. Rainwater is again, here also the main source for these springs are nothing but your rain itself. Then wells. Wells, underground water obtained and by digging the earth's crust to a certain depth is called uh, well water. Even the bore wells or these well water, we dig under the ground. The crust of the earth is dug so that we can get the water which is present under the ground. Okay, we live on the ground level, so if we have to go down under the ground to get the water. Understood? Yeah, this is the hand pump which is used to pump out the water from under the ground, and these were in use in the olden days. Nowadays it's very rarely found. You still can find it in villages and everything, but it is rarely found. So these are the main sources of water that you have learned today. Remaining part of the lesson we will learn in the next class, children. Now stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself, keep learning, read the textbooks, and keep learning, children. Thank you.